The Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite is the younger brother of the Mi 11 family. With its Lite name, I bet most of you would expect it to offer less than the other members of its family. However, based on our tests and user experience, the Mi 11 Lite not only does not have less to offer, but also has more to give when placed in the right user's hands. I'm Marshmallow Man, and this is our review of the Mi 11 Lite. Let's go. The Mi 11 Lite comes in a plain white box similar to the other members of the Mi 11 line. Opening the box, you will find the phone itself. More on that one in a minute. Inside the top flap sits the SIM ejector tool, a 3.5mm to Type-C adapter, seeing the Mi 11 Lite doesn't have a headphone jack, a user manual, and a clear phone case. You will also find a charger included that supports 33-watt fast charging, as well as a Type-C cable. The Mi 11 Lite touts a big screen with lots of features, which we will talk about more later in the video. The volume rocker is located at the side, together with a power button that doubles as a fingerprint sensor. The phone runs on MIUI 12, and oh, did I mention it has dual speakers? The Mi 11 Lite also features a triple camera setup at the back, which includes a primary 64-megapixel camera. We will elaborate more on this later. At the front of the phone sits a 16-megapixel selfie shooter. That should be enough with the overview. Let's see the full specifications of the Mi 11 Lite. The Mi 11 Lite runs on a Snapdragon 732G chipset. It is an octa-core CPU that clocks up to 2.3 GHz and comes equipped with an Adreno 618 GPU. The Mi 11 Lite also features an LPDDR4X RAM with UFS 2.2 storage and comes in 3 different storage and memory variants. These include a version with 6GB RAM with 64GB internal storage, a version with 6GB RAM with 128GB internal storage, and a version with 8GB RAM with 128GB internal storage. The Mi 11 Lite certainly lives up to its name when it comes to the phone's weight, as it only weighs 157 grams and has a thickness of 6.81mm. As for the display, the Mi 11 Lite has a 6.55-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED dot display with HDR10 that has a 10-bit color depth with 402 ppi. The screen also has a refresh rate that can go up to 90Hz and a touch sampling rate of 240Hz. The display also supports DCI-P3 color gamut. Also, the screen is encased in Gorilla Glass 5. You will also find a 4250 mAh battery under the hood that supports 33-watt fast charging. As mentioned before, the Mi 11 Lite features a triple camera setup that includes a 64-megapixel main camera with 1.79 aperture, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera that has a 119-degree field of view, as well as a 5-megapixel telephoto camera. The Mi 11 Lite is capable of shooting 4K videos at 30 frames per second or 1080p videos at 60 frames per second. It can also shoot slow-motion videos at 120 frames per second. As for the front camera, you will find a 16-megapixel selfie camera nestled in the top left of the screen. Other features include a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, NFC, dual speakers, and an IR blaster, so you can turn on appliances like your air conditioning without reaching for the remote. In terms of connectivity, the Mi 11 Lite does not support 5G and can only go as far as 4G+. That's about it for the specifications. As much as they call it light, I think it is quite capable. If you're wondering how exactly the phone performs, we will now head over to the benchmarking side of things. In Antutu V8's test, the Mi 11 Lite scored rather decently, where it's not that far off from a previous flagship device such as the Poco F1. Moving on to Geekbench 5, both single-core and multi-core tests show higher scores than the recent mid-range devices that we've reviewed. As for graphics performance, we see respectable scores in all 3 tests on 3D Mark Unlimited, which is decent for its price range. Again, the Mi 11 Lite doesn't disappoint when it comes to PC Mark Work 2.0's performance test. It managed to score 8138, which is fair enough for its market segment. Last but not least for the synthetic tests is the battery performance. In our testing, the Mi 11 Lite managed to last 11 hours and 22 minutes, and that's quite an impressive score considering the fact that it has a slightly smaller than average battery capacity of 4250 mAh. Power efficient? It definitely is. Let's talk about our user experience with the Mi 11 Lite. The phone was able to give a snappy navigation and user experience, thanks to the 90Hz refresh rate coupled with a capable Snapdragon 732G chipset. MIUI, or in this case MIUI 12, is still one of our favorite Android skins out there. The phone also provides you with excellent ease of navigation. Overall feedback is quite responsive due to the touch sampling rate of 240Hz. For productivity, the phone has no problems dealing with Microsoft Office Suite. It runs smooth, and we're always a fan of how optimized Microsoft Office is on Android. Also, if you're a Google person, rest assured, as Google Docs is also very present on the Mi 11 Lite. My favorite feature of the Mi 11 Lite is the side power button / fingerprint sensor, which raises the user experience to a more premium feeling one. See how fast you can lock and unlock the phone? We mentioned that the Mi 11 Lite features dual speakers, which consists of the speakers at the bottom and the top firing speaker that also doubles as the phone's earpiece. The 6.55-inch Full HD AMOLED display is also very pleasant to look at. It not only has a very high color bitrate at 10-bit colors, it can also recreate colors very accurately since it supports DCI-P3 color gamut. Nowadays, what's a phone when it can't game right? The Mi 11 Lite is powered by the Snapdragon 732G. G here stands for gaming, so you can expect a smooth gameplay experience. Now let's talk about the cameras on the Mi 11 Lite. The Mi 11 Lite has a 64-megapixel primary camera as its leading camera. While that tells a lot, it is likely only half of the story. As many other phones have good camera sensors, the imaging result might be lacking as it falls short in software optimizations. So, how good is the imaging capability? Well, its daylight performance and nighttime performance is quite literally night and day. The software is well optimized here. The user experience is good, as users can reach all the desired settings basically in just 2 taps away. The images in well-lit areas came out great. Colors are vibrant, and contrasts are well defined. The camera does fall short when it comes to darker areas, however, as at times the phone needs more time to snap a single image. Images generally came out murky and noisy in darker settings. The only saving grace here is the main camera sensor performance, which is better than other sensors at nighttime. Seeing the 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera become a pixel mix-match, the 64-megapixel main camera is still able to capture some good enough details. A word of warning, the 5-megapixel telemacro camera is to be avoided during night shots. The video experience is great though. Check out this short video we took at Kwai Chai Hong in Kuala Lumpur. Again, the colors are vibrant and the contrast is well defined in the video. It definitely impressed me enough while working with it. Oh yeah, the Mi 11 Lite now has vlog mode too, which would definitely give a few extra steps for exposure and color recreation in video editing. All in all, here are some of the things we like about the Mi 11 Lite. It's a great all-rounder, it has an amazing display, great camera performance in bright areas, snappy side-mounted fingerprint sensor. What we don't like with the Mi 11 Lite is the camera performance in low light conditions. The Mi 11 Lite comes with a retail price of Rm1199. At this price, we would definitely recommend it for those who are looking for a light and capable phone without having to break the bank. If you like what you see, please subscribe to our channel for more videos and reviews like this. You can also check out the official Portdo.net Facebook and Instagram pages. We also have our very own Telegram channel where you can find all our news and videos posted every day. Until then, this is Marshmallow Man signing off. Goodbye everyone.